right, here we are. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay-at-home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, long distance truck driver. Especially shout out to my brother Troy Stars Trucking Vlogs on YouTube. Shout out to every single clean-hearted, good-hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. I have the utmost respect for you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Morning Thoughts with SouFLoTV and my SouFLoTV Morning Thoughts family. Here we are on another glorious morning. Darlene Walter Riley up. Thank you for being here. Miss Goldie Robinson, good morning. Thank you for being here. George Christopher, George Plush Creations says up, up, up. Blessings in abundance, SouFLo and the Morning Thoughts family. Stacy Ann Williams, thank you for being here. Dainty D, Queenie Morris, Tanya G, Marcia Walters, Tanya Campbell, Sandra Clark, Luke Sargent, Wanda Chisholm, and Trosa T. Kim Wood. Thank you all for being here this morning. If I didn't call your name, I didn't get to your name, big up yourself. Anetta Spike, T357 Music Group, Wagwan fam. Thank you for being here. Natasha B and Miss Adventure, Main One, Monique Thompson, Wanda Chisholm again. Thank you all for being here. Listen, we got a couple of topics on the table this morning. All right, we missed yesterday morning of Morning Thoughts, but you know that's me putting in work behind the scenes. And sometimes I don't get to my Morning Thoughts family. Sometimes I don't do Morning Thoughts, especially if I put a video up, say the night before, and I realize that a lot of people didn't pay attention to it. You're all working people that tune in for Morning Thoughts. It's only people that get up to go to work or go do something tune into Morning Thoughts. So you might have went to bed early the night before, missed the topic from the night before, and when I do Morning Thoughts, it makes you miss that topic even more because you tune into Morning Thoughts when you wake up and you don't tune into the one before. And you know, I don't do these videos just to do these videos unless it's just some kind of a jokey entertainment video. Sometimes the video you really need to see it. So in order for me to get you to see it, I go missing. And when I go missing, what do? You normally go, how come SouFLo didn't do no Morning Thoughts this morning? Wait there, let me go check. And when you check, most recent videos is the one that I actually want you to see that you probably missed. So for those reasons as well is why I wasn't here yesterday morning, but here I am this morning. So let's talk about our three topics this morning. Jamaica to seek reparations from the UK. I really want to get into that one. Karen strikes again. We have the video for that one. Shenseea under new management. She has left Romeich Entertainment. We're going to talk about that for about 5 minutes or so. That's not that pressing of an issue, but you know, Shenseea fans are out there. Dancehall and reggae music fans are out there and they want to know as well. And then there is a video that I didn't put in the topic of this video because it's too long. It would make it too long. There's a woman that is seen on video getting punched in her throat by a police officer, right? And of course, it's a black woman and it's a white police officer, so it makes it all the more worthy of paying attention to. Because you know, if it's a black man punch a black woman in the throat, it's not going to make front page. So white police officer punches black woman in the throat who was being unruly, that makes front page. Everybody is saying, yo, he was wrong. Why did he punch a woman for? He's a man. He could have maced her. He could have done anything else but punching her in the throat like that. We have the video of the punch as well, and the punch is in slow motion. So you're going to see the punch, and we're going to talk about the punch. All right? Where we're going to start off with this morning, though, let's start off and build up. Where should I start this morning, my Morning Thoughts family? Dainty D, good morning. Queenie Morris, good morning. Tanya G, good morning. Where do I start off this morning? All right. Michelle McIntosh, good morning. Bugsy Daily, good morning. Eve One Melody, good morning. Which one are we starting off with this morning? Queenie Morris says your son's new song and video is on fire. I love it. Keep doing a great job. Thank you so much, man. This is the kind of support that I love to death, and I can't pay for it. I know that you went over there and saw it, right? I've been feeling love. Lately, I've been wishing on a star. Yeah, my son is T-Viral. T-Viral chose music. Music chose him. I am a critic. I'm a very harsh critic, especially when it comes to my children. I would never have my son. Now he's of the age now. He has hit the legal adult age. Remember, he graduated from high school recently, and right now, we had him sit out because when he graduated, Corona hit. So we didn't want to go looking for. Plus, everything went online, right? So we didn't want to go looking for colleges and having him out there, and we didn't understand what was going on. His mother, which is from Antigua and Barbuda, by the way, shout out to Antigua and Barbuda. We are connected more than you think, because my children got some of you guys' blood, right? But his mom's very protective of them, and we decided to wait. So right now he is working out that part, but music is his thing. And as a dad, I would have looked at him and told him, listen, you sound like garbage, honestly. And I think you should pursue something else. Now, I still tell him now that don't put all your eggs in one basket. I am not going to project my fears on this young man and try to tell him, oh, the music industry is very hard to get into. Law school is very hard to get into. Okay. Medical school is very hard to get into. So if I was going to encourage him to say, be a doctor or be a lawyer, I don't want to be encouraging him and pushing him in a direction that he absolutely has no interest in. So music is his passion. He lives it, breathes it, eats it, sleeps it, spends countless hours doing it, perfecting his craft and all this stuff. And I've watched him grow over the years. I remember the first time I caught him writing music, and I took his whole book. I actually found a whole book of rhymes. And I'm going through the book, and the first one I read was something about bop, 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 shooting at the ops. And I was looking at it, and I was like, what kind of garbage is? I ripped up the whole book, right? Now, mind you, to an artist, this stuff is sensitive, right? I would hate to make a song, and I put the song out, and everybody goes, SouFlo, take that down. It's garbage, garbage, garbage. And you didn't get not one person that said, yo, SouFlo, don't watch the talk. That sound good. Go on, do your thing. If I'm getting pure garbage, garbage, I would feel some kind of way, because you put your heart into your creativity, right? It's like painting a picture, and then everybody goes, what the hell is that? It looks like a 2-year-old did it. Take that down. So I wouldn't be afraid to tell him don't do it. But this is what he's chosen, and I'm supporting him. So that's T-Viral, T-E-E, Viral, V-I-R-A-L. T-Viral is his stage name, and he is on YouTube, and we're now working on getting all his material out, getting his YouTube channel going, so he has a platform to advertise his music and all that other stuff. There are other things out there. He's registered with Nielsen SoundScan, registered with ASCAP, all that other stuff, doing the legal stuff behind the scenes. And also along the way, teaching him about ownership. Because a lot of artists, there are artists out there who make a lot of money still off of one song from way back when. There are artists out there who are dead and gone, and one album is feeding their whole family and will be feeding generations to come. So that music thing is something powerful in a sense. Bob Marley taught us that. So I'm not going to fight this young man off of it. So for those of you who go support my son and his movement, as well as those who go support my wife's channel, just like you support mine, then big up to you, and I thank you for the support. All right, manners and respect. Queenie Morris says, I have the same issue with my 17-year-old son. He is struggling with what to do. He is making music too. Well, Queenie, listen up. Before we get into this Jamaica reparations talk and Karen strikes again talk and the Shenseea New Management talk and the punch in the throat that woman got from that police officer talk, before we see those video clips and talk about that, let me say this to you as a parent. Your son is 17 years old. He's virtually my son's age. You have to, as a parent, I think it's our duty to guide them. But at the same time, we in our culture mistake guiding, we mistake dictatorship for guiding. So we basically tell the kids what to be or force them to become something that they're not interested in. And when that happens, you will find that a lot of children lose their way because they weren't interested in it in the first place. I don't want to waste a bunch of money and talk about I'm making you a lawyer or I'm making you a doctor, and then halfway through, after I'd spent thousands and thousands of dollars, he drops out. Because people realize themselves as they get older. So as he is growing, he might be manipulative now to try to follow what it is daddy is telling him he needs to do now. But there is going to come a part pretty soon. Y'all remember when you hit like 20, 21, 22? Nobody could tell you nothing. You were pretty sure what it is that you wanted to do, right? Or you were pretty strong-headed about what you wanted to do. So I don't want to get there with him and waste resources when I could be putting time, attention, and that money into him and his true passion. Now, if it fails or if he doesn't work out in that way, then there should be a backup. That's why I encourage him to do a backup. So I would encourage you, Queenie Morris, to encourage him. Listen to his music. I don't know if you have an ear for music, though. I don't know if you're one of those people who cut ties with the younger generation. You know, some people forgot that they were young once. So now when they hear young people's music, or they see young people dressing a certain way, or they see young people expressing themselves in a certain way, they immediately dismiss them and cut it off. So they don't understand what's going on in that world. I'm very connected to that world. I never wanted to be one of those grown people who lost touch with the generation after me and then the generation after them, at least. You know what I'm saying? So listen to his music. If it really, send me the music. Send me some of his stuff, please. I will tell you, because I'm gonna be like, I'm telling you, I'm brutally honest. I have one son that wants to play football. He is big as hell, naturally big. This kid started putting the TV on football at 2 years old. And if you would change the TV channel from football, and you had to, and when you put it back on football, he would calm down and he would watch the whole thing. He started playing football at 6 years old. He is now 13 years old, about to be 14, right? And he thinks that this is where he's going with it. Well, he was given the body to do it because the man uncle them tick like my neck. And you know, he is just big as hell. He weighs more than me and he is almost my height. I'm 6'5". He is already a 6-footer and he's 13. So it's a big guy that loves football. I can't tell him nah. But what I do tell him is this. I said there are other 13-year-olds out there right now with the same dreams that you have. So picture this. 1 million people trying to make it into a spot that you want. Do you think sitting in your room playing video games all day or all night, and then you're so tired the next day that you sleep all day, do you think that that's a good way to be preparing your body for what it is you say you want to do? Football is a very rigorous sport. It's something that you got to be really, really good, stand out at, especially the level you think you're trying to go with it. So you're either going to put the work in, and if you put the work in, it will pay off because you are already blessed with the genetics. This youth is 13. He wears size 14 shoes already, and he is something glorious on the football field. Honestly, when we go to football practice, his coaches tell him, matter of fact, they get angry when he hits. I'm on the sideline, and I tell him, I say, Kosi, listen, run his ass over, hit him hard. And he hit the kid hard, and then there's somebody's child crying. And then the coach is upset. If you hit him like that again, I'll have you running all day. Why are you hitting him like that? If you hit him like that, we won't have anybody for the real games. And I'm saying to myself, and I actually got in a confrontation with the coach. I said, how the hell are you telling him to hit with measure in practice? And then we're at the real, I went to every one of his games the last season. In the real game, you're telling him, Coach, you need to turn up. You need to hit harder than that. Come on, man. Every practice you tell him to hit soft. And then in the real game, you're telling him to hit hard. He don't know how to hit hard. You've been teaching him how to hit soft. You know what I'm saying? So he's a big kid that hasn't gotten into the right camp as yet. And right now, he doesn't even want to go back to play for that team. And he's played for that team for quite a few years now. Right now, he doesn't want to go back to that team. Right now, he wants to go to a team that's going to challenge him, a team that's going to make him hit as hard as he can hit, a team that has other big guys on it like he does. I told him, I said, listen, all these little kids you see right now, genetics is going to X a lot of them out of the game for the genes. They don't have that gene. They're not that big. They're not that strong. There's nothing you can do when you're born and your max height is going to be 5'4". That's just what God gave you. There's nothing you can do when you were born and at 13 years old, you're already 6 feet tall and wearing size 14 in shoes and over 250 pounds. That's different, right? So, 6'5", SouFlo 6'5", double check that. Nick Grant, I am absolutely sure I am 6'5", sir. Absolutely sure. I don't know what I need to double check, but I'm absolutely sure. When I go to the driver's license place to do my driver's license, they have you stand against the wall and they measure you according to the ruler where they measure every other citizen that comes for a driver's license. Okay? I went in there. When I changed my driver's license, had to change my address, update my driver's license. I went in there recently. They did my measurements, and it says the same thing that it has always said. Okay, so I'm 6'5". It says it on my driver's license. I stand it in a real person. If you meet me in a real person, you will look at me and say, yeah, he's 6'5". All right? Wow. Oh, Bella Saint says, wow, I did not realize. Stand up. You don't look that tall. No, I am. A lot of people say that on here. When they see me in person, them say, Rotted, brother, you're tall, man. You're big, man. I'm not just tall, I'm big. So I am. People say you look about 5'4", 5'5". I think my daughter is pushing up on 5 and she's 7. So look. Somebody says stand up. If I stand up, I want my sexy underwears. Cause you know I'm gonna bed sexy. So me fix up a little bit there. But you want me stand up so I can show you that I'm actually tall. Roderick Shaw says I'm not taller than 5'10". No, but that joke can't make one. Listen, when I'm walking in the grocery store, I think I said this before. I see my wife keep telling me, right? Brains is like, you're tall and big enough. And I'm like, I'm not that tall. There are people that are way bigger and way taller than me. I'm in the grocery store and I see somebody. I said this before. And I'm like, blow that skirt. I'm on the tall, no rotted. Let me go down there and stand up next to him to see how I might measure up. When me reach down, them taller than the man. When me, I look upon, I talk about rotted. The man look like a giant. Him tall as hell. So I keep asking her. I said, babe, I saw me look. I saw me really look to people. Now I know why when I'm walking around the grocery store, like a lot of people are like, and little kids are always like, when if I come around a corner and bump into them, especially little kids, like, oh, so I saw them see me. So I'm tall. Let me see if I can stand up and show. I don't know how to stand up and show you, but I am tall. This camera wouldn't do no justice to show you how tall I am. See? But I am tall. I'm a tall person. I'm a big person. All right? My wingspan, it won't even be on the camera. I'm gonna hit this wall right here. I'm a big guy. Tall, big guy. All right? Tall, big guy, and I try to get rid of belly, but my belly not too big still. My belly good. I didn't let it get out of control because I'm not one of those that like a big belly, you know what I mean? I did have a big belly a couple of months ago under this whole quarantine thing, but I've been trying to get rid of it. Drink enough tea, start eat more fruits and vegetables instead of meat and starches and them thing there. Here, Sandra Clark now, boy, watch your belly. Sandra, don't make me take off my shirt now. Boy, watch your belly. My belly no big, man. And I went to the beach yesterday and did a workout. I came back home, my whole foot started cramping up. I'm like, geez, I'm peace. So I'm going back this morning to do another workout again. And I'm gonna stay on the workout thing. All right. See. I started going to the gym after I started going back to the gym after being in quarantine. I was one of the people who was like, me not mix with nobody. I'm locking myself in, and I locked myself in, and I had the privilege of working from home, earning an income from home, so I didn't have to go nowhere. And I was masked up outside. Past all that now, I wanted to go back to the gym. Remember when my face swelled up the other day? The day before that was my first day back to the gym. And after working out, I came home and woke up the next morning with my jaw out to here and hell of a pain in my face. Went, got that tooth taken care of, had to do surgery. And then the surgery got infected and my face got swelled up bigger up to my eye and my neck and everything. Remember that? So I haven't been back. The one attempt to go back did not work out. So now again, I will try. It's all about keeping my health and staying in balance, right? Anyhow, I could come off at a 6'4", 5'2", something. If you see me in real life, you won't ever say I'm 5'4" or nothing like that. So all right. We're gonna start out with, let's breeze past Shenseea real quick. Yes, I play double six like Ludi. That is what you're doing with your booty. And when you whine, baby girl, it groove me. So Shenseea is with Ramesh, and me think a lot of people think that Shenseea's son is actually Ramesh's son because he looks like Ramesh. Raj looks like Ramesh. I follow her too, and I said from the beginning of her career that she was going to be something huge in dancehall. Go back and look at my old videos, and I also said she might be the one to cross over first. We haven't had a big crossover in dancehall music in a while. Probably since Sean Paul, right? But if you notice the similarities of those that actually get to cross over, I'm not gonna mix and talk it. They have to look a bit Hispanic, or they have to look a bit mixed race, or they have to look, you know, them. It's not a dark, it's not a Shabarankin person is crossing over these days, yeah. And I don't think they want any of the bleach out. I don't think they want any of the bleach out people them that are doing trap dancehall to cross over. Skilly Ben was on his way to doing it. He got a couple of collaborations, a big cosign by Nicki Minaj. But Skilly disappeared. I don't know where Skilly is right now, since they put out information saying that he dropped the project and the project sold 25 copies. Haven't seen him since. So, but I'm sure Skilly is out there working on his thing and he's about to do it big. However, Shenseea has left Ramesh Entertainment and she is now with somebody else. The person that she is with is actually the manager of a huge artist called The Weeknd. Do y'all know The Weeknd? So yesterday on social media, it was all memes for Ramesh. People putting up stuff like, them gal are wicked, them wicked, them wicked, because they're saying that Shenseea left Ramesh for foreign things. Seeing somebody came in with more money and is able to take her further. And this is the Observer, Jamaica Observer, that's Shenseea and her new management. So this is The Weeknd's manager. Just took Shenseea under his management. And right here, his name is Sal Slyby. Sal Slyby might end up being slimy. You better watch that, Shenseea. Because, you know, the record I've seen for Jamaicans when they hook up with foreign entities as management and all this other stuff ends up being, they didn't become the big superstar that they were on their way to being. And Shenseea has a huge following. Mr. Shenseea lockdown shows in the US already where it was a whole lot of people there, and she was the main source, the main spice in the thing, the headliner. So she was doing big without this, and I think she could grow more. But Ramesh probably doesn't have the resources. You know, Ramesh money might be tall to a Jamaican. It might be even tall to some American people because the man I live good. His business is intact, and he had a lot of big artists under his thing, under his umbrella. But people like Up Top Boss have left for greener pastures or better business deals. And now Shenseea is leaving for better business deals. So she come out and says that she is pleased to announce that, you know, so Slyby, who also manages the chart-topping, multi-award-winning Canadian singer The Weeknd, began handling Shenseea's affairs as far back as in February of 2021. A lot of people were wondering, how come Shenseea look like she don't live in Jamaica no more? Or how come Shenseea and Ramesh don't look like them close and lovey-dovey anymore? Well, that's probably why, and that's probably what we've been seeing, what's going on behind the scene. She says that Sal heard my music from a mutual friend and he loved it, and he insisted that we should meet and have a conversation to express his interest face to face. And the rest is history, right? Now, they're clowning Ramesh. Them a laugh. People are make joke and all this. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that this was a mutual decision between both of them. Because Ramesh not gonna hold her down. Ramesh the type of person that's probably gonna let her go if he sees bigger and better. You know, what would it mean for him and his management company if she really becomes an international star on a level like Sean Paul, on a level like The Weeknd? That would be huge. And I don't think Ramesh could take her there. Not that he wouldn't want to. I don't think he has the resources and the connections, because that's what it's all about. It's all about resources and connections. You have to spend money for make money, and you know what I'm saying? And you have to have those connections. And obviously, look at The Weeknd. If that's the product he's coming with and saying, hey, I'm the manager for The Weeknd. I've been managing The Weeknd for how many years. You can see his track record. This is how I handle my clients. Would you like to come aboard? I would be diving to get over there if that's the promise, right? But you know, a promise is a comfort to a fool. So we're going to see. I hope they don't lock her up in one of those 360 deals and just work the hell out of her, because they do that. The 360 deal is where they own a piece of everything that you will ever create, kind of thing. And they lock them there and they work them there everywhere, but they won't get those high value features. They won't be on the front page of, they won't be making those big headlines, splashy headlines like The Weeknd does. But they're making a whole lot of money off working you, you know? So I hope she becomes more than that to them and not just being exploited, so to speak. Woldy Merriam says, it would be good if football was still football, a game that is all about fun and entertainment, but it's not anymore. It's not about entertainment, but no is about masonry. Well, I don't know about all that. I know there are guys that work, I know there are athletes that work hard and achieve certain levels and are able to live a certain type of lifestyle off of it. When I went to college first, I went to college on a track scholarship, half track and field scholarship, half athletic, half academic scholarship was my scholarship, which paid for my tuition right before I decided I wanted to jet away to England as soon as I turned 18, because I went to college when I was 16 in the US. So I don't know about the whole masonry thing and all that other stuff. And I don't like to talk about stuff I don't know about, because then there are people who really know that are looking at me like I'm a big idiot. See? Another thing I should clear up real quick before I go, which is a different topic. I did something on the Mineral Boss and I went live, and I had a person call in, and the person was a family member of the Mineral Boss who I spoke to offline before we called in live. He basically was trying to say that the Mineral Boss was, I know this is random, but I just had to clear that up. He basically was trying to say that the mineral boss was an innocent man. He was just a businessman, and it was out of jealousy or whatever that he got killed. And it's not so. Or it was out over a cell phone, and it's not so. I had a lengthy conversation yesterday with somebody who I can't even say who it is. I'll just leave it at this. I'm just going to take my time and back out of that one. All right. Now, I'm going to take my time and back out of that one there. Remember, Jiggy Unks put out the video saying he fears for his life. And it was his wife that leaked the video of him getting his back part serviced by his baby mother, even though he is married to her. And she so happened to be Mineral Boss's ex-wife. Now, Mineral Boss passed away. He was assassinated in Jamaica, and she moved on with life. She said she didn't really love Jiggy Ounce. She just do it for business-wise because to get him out of some rut that he was in. You know, his papers wasn't good in the US and all this other stuff. But in that whole thing, he made an accusation that she was the one that put the hit out on Mineral Boss. So I immediately said, wow, that's a huge accusation. That's a huge accusation. So I want somebody come clear that up. Well, that's how we got to the live. And the person was saying, yo, she don't have nothing to do with it. And but the person who I'm speaking to now said, the family member told you some truth, SouFlo, but he never tell you the whole truth. And this is someone that's very close to all of them. Seeing a lot of people died behind this. And apparently a lot more people are going to die behind this because this is a war that is ongoing and it's not going to stop. And it have some big, heavy people involved in it. This person refuted that statement and said that Mineral Boss wasn't no innocent person, SouFlo. Don't make nobody fool you and use your platform to spread that. And then try set up the baby mother who was there. She got shot too. And I was saying, how come the family member never told me that on the live? If I'm going to go watch the live, because it's still up on here, you will see that throughout the whole story, he didn't mention all that. So it's a war about a couple of things that are going on, which, like I said, I'm going to just take my time. After realizing who this is, who is involved with this and how deep this goes, I'm just going to take my time and just tiptoe back way out of the one here. Tip on my toe and get out of there. So I'm leaving that one right there. I'm not gonna mess with it no more. Let people talk what they want to say and leave it there. So some things you just when you finally find out what really going on, it's best to just cut. So I cut from the one there. All right. That's because you have a short upper, but your legs are longer, just like Michael Strahan. So what happened? Whatever happens, Haiti. I put up a video for Haiti yesterday, and I will put up another one today as I'm digging into the Haiti thing, and it gets deeper. The plot thickens. Watch the video that I'm about to put up today. The video yesterday, you need to see that one though. All right, the one with the doctor from Florida, but he is not a doctor, but he is a doctor, the failed businessman who opened over a dozen businesses and all of them failed and moved to different parts of Florida and the US. Watch that video and then watch the video that I'm going to put up. Notice on the icon for that video, there are 3 faces on there. Watch the one that's in the uniform. I got stories. All right. So I'm doing my digging on that. So we're going to get to that. Black Jamaicans are in England and they will pay just like other folks. So let's start out with the reparations thing. Jamaica is going to the UK for reparations. Yes, Queenie Morris, Dr. Sanon, exactly, him, same one. So Jamaica is going to the UK for reparations. We're going to start out with that one. Do you think that Jamaica should get reparations from the UK? And if so, in what form? How? Because I remember that Dave Chappelle skit. I'm rich, bitch. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? When Dave Chappelle did the skit where reparations was paid, and you know, black people just started doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Big gold chains, diamond chains, everybody getting gold teeth, rims on the cars, and all this kind of stuff. Nothing substantial. They weren't investing in property. They weren't They were investing in stuff that would bring money back in for generations to come, building generational wealth. They were just blowing this reparations money. And it's my thought that if that reparation is even paid, which I don't think it will be, if it's even paid to Jamaica, it has to be in a constructive manner, or else we will be like that Dave Chappelle skit. I'm rich, bitch. You'll just have a bunch of Jamaicans just, yo, girl, take off, bend over, some money. See, dance all would have mash up because beer money would have be all over the place. Also, you get your thing, you get your little stimmy, you get your reps. We will find a name for it. You get your reps. Yeah, man, I get my reps one. You get your reps? No, but me 5 feet right now. I tell you, dog, make sure when you 5 feet, you say line number 7 and number 9, make sure you say no and yes, that's up. Because that's what I could triple up your money. We Jamaicans, we're going to find a way to maximize it. But we're also going to find a way to live life to the fullest like there's no tomorrow, really, really for real. Especially people who have no business sense, no common sense, and and suddenly come into a lot of money. So how would the UK pay back Jamaica in reparations is what I want to know. And should Jamaica go for reparations from the UK? That's the question that I'm starting out with right there. Roxanne Evans said, always notice the length of your arms. Yeah, one. All Caribbean countries should get reparations. Yeah, that's true. And as a person that always says one Caribbean and Caribbean love, I do agree because we were all hoodwinked, bamboozled, abused, molested, pillaged, plundered, and all that together. So we all should get reparations. But right now, I'm not talking about Jamaica because Jamaica is going for theirs, or that's what it seems like. Says Kim. So Kim says all Caribbean islands should get reparations, and I agree. All Caribbean countries. Jen Jones says every former colony needs reparations and complete independence. All right. Haiti is a failed state. Its conditions are terrible. France should pay reparations to Haiti, gut that mess of an island, and rebuild it into a Monaco. You know what? It would actually be easy to do. It would actually be easy to do because Haiti's infrastructure, as it stands, without all the cluttered stuff that's built on it, squalors for impoverished people and whatnot, it's a beautiful island. It's a beautiful island with a rugged terrain that pretty much resembles Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, for some of you who are there thinking Haiti is just one big garbage pile and a squalor, you're wrong, you're so wrong. Just like when I was growing up, Western media is all I saw on TV and I didn't understand how the media works. I always thought that Africa was like a bunch of cannibals running around trying to eat each other and little emaciated children that are dying of hunger with can't even slap the flies off their face. Do you remember them video that the flies used to just be on their mouth corner like this? And then you would have some evangelist saying, if you donate just $1 a day, you can save a life. Look at little Mutumbu. He is so innocent. He does not deserve to be living like this. And everybody send them $1, and you think you are sponsoring a child to get out of poverty. And it ends up being you were sponsoring a private jet in a mansion for some evangelist in the US. But yeah, that was my chain of thought of what Africa was when I was growing up. So when I heard people like Rastaman, I thought about, this is before I got knowledge, of course. When I heard Rastaman and them talking about back to Africa and this, I was like, me not go, because me no want nobody near me. And then it also fostered in our mind, a lot of us would be like, when they say, yes, you're African Jamaican, because I just say, you're like, no, I'm not. Don't call me no African. I'm not that. Because you didn't want to be associated with that. You didn't want to be a cannibal. You didn't want to be seen as the child who flies walk around your mouth corner and you so weak because you haven't had a meal in a week that you can't even lift your arm to box the flies off. You know, the flies used to all walk into their mouth and walk back out of their mouth on the next side, crust build up all over them eye. Like some of them, the buzzards were just waiting. The jumper them just a wait upon them to fall over. These are the videos they used to show us. And now that I'm older and I look at, I'm like, look at Africa. They've been jet setting to Africa all this time. They were telling us that it's the worst place on earth. So none of us wanted to go, while they were all going there and they were all investing there, buying up land, you know, creating businesses. That is why they are still at the top of the hierarchy in Africa. So they scared us away while they were going there. Where y'all going this summer? Oh man, we just came back from surfing in South Africa. You got to catch the waves, bro, in South Africa. I mean, they have like crazy animals in the water and whatnot, but sharks. But you know, the waves, I'm like, you went surfing in South Africa? How? It's bushes and deserts and people trying to eat each other. And they're like, oh my God, no, it's not. Look at this video right here. This is Africa. This is the real Africa. And when I started seeing that, I'm like, yo, I want to go. But by the time I decided I wanted to go, like you guys, who some haven't even gone yet, they're already 2 generations ahead of the game, well established in Africa, right? So it's the same thing with Haiti. Now on Jamaica and reparations, Bro Shaka, thank you. I appreciate you greatly. Bro Shaka says, SouFlo, you and the viewers shows that reparations is a fleeting illusion, but hoping is good. You and the viewers know, say reparations is a fleeting illusion, but hoping is good. And you know, Bro Shaka, listen, I'm on the fence about this one too. And the reason why I am is because, just like you just said, we know it's a fleeting illusion. But I also know, because history has taught me, that there will always be naysayers when you mention what seems impossible to them. See, we've been conditioned to think that we can't get it. We can't get no reparations. We can't get no nothing. We can't move forward. But there's always been a driving force, a set of people that has been able to make progress going forward for us. Even though it might be a half a step while everybody else is taking 3, 4, 5 steps, we were still making steps forward. You know what I'm saying? So one part of me says, that's an idea, that's just an idea, because it's never going to happen. England ain't paying out nothing, okay? We enslaved you. We got rich off you. Accept that that's what it is. England could even go as far as to say, okay, so that's where the Windrush generation comes from and those after, because we gave you back. You know, we opened our gates and said, hey, come on in. But you notice that's when they needed us there also, right? So they were using them again, because the people that went to England during the Windrush thing, they didn't go there to pick up the best jobs that British citizens really wanted, you know? So a part of me is saying, nah, that not gonna happen. But then I know how things work. So just might happen if there is real unity behind that cry for reparations. It might happen. Might. Now, England has given back to Jamaica for many years now. Over the years, they've given back a purse, a certain amount of money, say, hey, fix up the infrastructure, take care of your deportees. We owe you this, just to, you know, continue to do. But I also look at that as England taking care of its backyard, of its plantation type of thing. You know, Master still have to take care of the plantation, you know. Although Master is not going to send all his resources to the plantation, and Master is not going to make sure that the little cottage them on the plantation turns into mansions. That's not his will. But the plantation still has to be maintained. So, you know, so that the revenues can keep on coming in. Jamaica is a tourist haven. How should they pay it back if they're going to pay it back? Let's not get stuck on, no, it's not going to happen. I don't want to be that person this morning. For argument's sake, I'm the person who believes that it is going to happen. So how should they pay that reparations back? That should be the question. Because half of the time these people go asking for reparations, but the people who are paying you the reparations, who would they pay it to? And that's their argument on the other side. Who are we going to pay that reparations to? Do you know that Jamaica has a lot of people in it now who took up citizenship, whose people had nothing to do with that part history of Jamaica? For instance, you got a lot of people from India, Sri Lanka, wherever else, China, coming into Jamaica, and they're establishing businesses and they're taking up citizenship, even Africa, straight from mainland Mother Africa. And they're doing all that. So reparations wouldn't be for them. Reparations wouldn't be for them. Ah, Patrick City. Good one. Good one. And I suppose you're talking about Jamaica's debt with the IMF. Yeah, and whoever else them borrow money from. Just clear all debt, right? I have some good ideas. I'm about to spit them out in a minute. Cynthia Gooding says, I just watched a documentary that documented how England profited from slavery and how the wealth has continued to this day. Yes, man. For that now, we would have to go into a whole different video and need a whole hour. But just know, in short, that England raped, pillaged, and plundered Jamaica. My rest of my Caribbean family, I know they did the same to your island as well. But Jamaica, I talk about this morning, right? So just to keep the topic a bit narrow, how would they pay that back? How would they pay back? Because they did get rich, wealthy, filthy rich off of it. And that wealth does continue to this day, along with all the privileges that goes along with that kind of wealth. Critical thinking or wishful thinking. Either way, it's good for conversation. Critical thinking, wishful thinking, good for conversation. And a lot of the times, a lot of the things that we say will never happen ends up happening. And you sit there like, damn, I never think that day would come. You know, so my granny used to say nothing beats trial but a failure, right? So if nothing beats a trial but a failure, go right ahead with it. The most we can do is fail. The most they can say is no. Hayden Williams said Jamaica is still under the Queen. A lot of people are clueless to this fact. Yes. Pay back the government and allocate based on lineage. Yes. So clear the debt, right? And then, but how would they establish lineage? How would they establish lineage? It would have to be something that could benefit Jamaica moving forward as a nation, because that dealings with the UK or with England and Jamaica stunted Jamaica's growth. So in order to get us up to speed with everything, like if we had the wealth, right? Well, politicians would have teeth off more sides anyway. So we definitely need a better political system and people in power that actually care about the wealth, the prosperity of the nation. So with that said, if that money came in, definitely clear off all the debt. So Jamaica would be a debt-free country. First of all, we don't owe nobody nothing. That way, whatever we have going on, business we have going on, will simply be profits, right? Simply be profits. And then somebody just said something about education. So I would suggest like 4 years of school, 4 years of school after high school, which is a higher education, either in some kind of a training, extended training to get a skill set, or if you're going to be one of those people to beat the books, you want to go law school, you want to go be a doctor, you want to go be a teacher, a professor, or whatever, 4 years is free. So you can study all the way up to a bachelor's for free in whatever your chosen field is. And then after that, if you want to go further, then you should be able to move forward from there, right? Some kind of a stepping stone. We can't be too greedy. We can't say free school for life. We can't, because everybody would be flocking to Jamaica to get free school for life. uh, you know, it's iffy. It's iffy. Angela Roberts says they need someone to manage. No good management. That's true. That's true. And I think if the money came in right now, all you would see is certain politicians upgrading their lifestyle. A bigger yacht, um, a bigger mansion, more luxury cars, wifey fly out on private jets silently to go shopping in foreign countries, them kind of something that just living lavish while the money sits there. So there has to be some oversight to make sure that that money reaches those people after we establish lineage. How in the world? Healthcare. Yes, John, Levine, healthcare. Like, get all our medical facilities up to par. Half of them look like they're about to collapse. And then the conditions inside of them. So get all of our medical facilities up to par. I'm not talking about private facilities. I'm talking about the government-funded, government-run facilities, the big hospitals, the KPHs at these places. Make them into some place where if I walked in there, I would think I was in Miami, Florida. If I walked in there, I would think I was in the UK. Give us the same things that you have. We're tired of hearing, oh, she has cancer, but the machine that's needed to do this and that, we don't have it on the island in Jamaica, nor do we have someone who knows how to run it. So we have to fly her out. So let's pick up a donation, start a GoFundMe so she can fly to the US for this treatment or that treatment. Let's stop that part. Let's stop that part. Let's make our healthcare system so good in Jamaica that the politicians go to the same place for their healthcare that the citizens go to. Let's make it that good that when something happens to one of them, they don't jump on a jet and fly out to the US or fly out to the UK. You know, if you check it, all these politicians, Edward Seaga, there were many before him who got sick. And once they got sick, they were not in Jamaica anymore. So you got to think about the Jamaican citizens who got sick the same way he did, but couldn't leave. So mama had to just lay down there on our bed down the country there, and we tried the bush tea them, and we tried prayers, and you know, we pray till we kneel down and pray till we need them strip off, and we bore 2 holes in the floor and them kind of something there, and it now work. While the richer, wealthier ones, they just take off, or our leaders, they just take off. So let's clear up that part. So with education and with infrastructure, as far as healthcare goes, those are 2 major ones. Education and healthcare infrastructure. Them 2 there. Somebody says, I can build you a yacht if you want one. I'm a boat builder. Well, if you are, I can't afford a yacht yet, but stick around. I have dreams. All Jamaican knows we've been tricked. Not all Jamaicans know. Some Jamaicans are living blindly. And it won't be on schools, hospitals, or facilities to enhance the Jamaican population. A birth certificate is a negotiable instrument. They established lineage for the Jews. They should be able to do it for us. Enough said. Because that's who I have in my mind as an example. So enough said. And they continue to get hundreds of millions of dollars from the US for what happened to them in Germany today, still. So I'm pretty sure if it was established for them, yes, you're right, it could be established for us. I think we just need the right people in place to push. But, you know, the overseer of the plantation and the head, I would say the head slaves, they know not to push back against massa. That's my equation of the thing. They know not to push back against massa. Lorna Wright says, that's so true. They need to fix the healthcare system because They have no burn unit. Every hospital should have one. See, that kind of stuff right there. No burn unit. They need ambulance, and they need more ambulances across the island. Just first responders, period. You ever see when accident happen, people mash up a road, you know, the people get there with their phone and they take pictures, and then you look like you're dead, dog. Yo, charge you look, him dead enough. And then you hear somebody talking about, no man, him not dead, him still a bleed. And where are the ambulances and the nearby facilities? Like, I think every city should have one. Every city should have one. It's just like state and cities. Then in Jamaica, we have parishes, right? So you'd have Clarendon. And then in Clarendon, I would think, say, yeah, in Clarendon, they would have one main facility. But then they would have small ones around where people can go for less traumatic things. But within that one parish should be one main major facility. Just like here in the US. See? So like not even foundation of building it yet, and y'all are cry for pool. Well, that right there has been the biggest part of getting any kind of forward movement on the reparation thing. Here's the thing. The idea is there. The blueprint has already been laid out by others. They did it. We can do it too. Like I said before, there has to be unity though on this topic, because when you have half of the people running that way saying, me not into that, because it's not even gonna work. Yo, if me have a bridge want to sell you, if you want to buy it, I'm selling the Brooklyn Bridge for $5, and you know, all these cynical comments and all that, and just shooting down the idea from the beginning. That's like shooting yourself in the foot. Like I said, my granny said, nothing beat a trial but a failure. So at least allow it to be tried. And then if it failed, we say, yo, we went to England for reparations. You see what happened? England turned us down. I knew it was going to happen. Say that after, but don't even not attempt. Unity Walker says a lot of these roads ambulance can't even drive on. Yeah, Jamaica have some precipices, man. Yo, if it's like one of the worst places to do any kind of, but they still do. Zing, ying, fast and furious, my boss. Ying, and go around some corner where no guardrail. Look at what a bridge the name? That bridge that people keep dying at. That bridge that vehicles keep running over into the water. And I'm like, this is such a simple solution, but they turn it into something big and political and so complicated. Flatbridge, thank you. Look at Flatbridge. Look at how long Flatbridge been, and we are so behind. You have major newspapers giving front page to people who are talking foolishness about, I guess the mermaid them needed another sacrifice, so them snatch one more off of the bridge, or them clear my body. Yeah, man, me I tell you, say Flatbridge cursing up. You have to say a prayer before you go through there. I hope so you're right with God, cause me I tell you, and it needs like put up something so there's something them not run over there. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's just like how we treat mental health. Not true? No, that I tell you, somebody put something in them weed, you know. The brother don't even smoke weed. Well, me feel like say them put some mushroom in them tea, then and them start trip out. So, well, never drink no tea from no. As somebody obia, obia, my losing mind. You see, my go and come at obia. No, it's a chemical imbalance in his brain. He was fine. He might go university, he must study. The study and get to him head. Too much pressure. Oh damn, I can't waste mommy and daddy money, but I feel like I'm gonna fail out at the class here. Anatomy and physiology, I bust my brain, so I have to go. And then them start go crazy. And then take it up on their head. Or just normal stuff build up to stuff. Traumatic events in their life and all, but them no want to see none of that. clinical depression stage he has reached or she has reached. No, somebody obey them. Like we prefer to we prefer to say some superficial hokey dokey stuff before we just get to the real root of the issue. Just get to the root of the issue. Flatbridge are kill people from when? Let's put up some barriers that are strong enough to hold a vehicle and put up some slow down things in there that makes vehicles have to slow down. I've driven through some neighborhoods in the US, right? The people them first used to put up signs, please drive through here like your children play here. Guess what? People used to fly through there anyways. Zing through the little neighborhood, use it as a shortcut to get back to the main street because I got to rush to work early in the morning. The people started putting up something with tall like this. Now, for your car to go over these multiple times, blah, 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 you mess up your whole car. So people just stop driving that route. And when you do drive that route, you have to go like 10 miles per hour and ease your car up and drop it back down. They can do the same thing for Flatbridge. Them just make it smooth and nice and no railings, no guard, nothing there. So people come sailing through Flatbridge and sail right over into the water. It's not mermaid, nothing. It's not no crazy hokey dokey, nothing. It's put up some guardrails. Put up some kind of something you can construct. That, and we have the Chinese right there that's building walls high like this, building tall like that, road big and smooth and look like I'm driving in Miami, Florida. Them can surely do something because they wouldn't have that in their place. They would have fixed that long time ago. But yeah, Andre Poisser says, we as Jamaicans have been taught to reject our own talents and look to foreign for solutions. And I'm sure there are engineers that can do amazing things, but we prefer to get them from abroad. Okay, you're absolutely right. Like when COVID hit, right? Remember the group of guys that came up with the ventilator? Because there's a shortage of ventilator in the island. So you have the prime minister telling the people, you better choose wisely. You either stay inside or you're going to have to be fighting for a ventilator. And if me and a politician end up at the same hospital for a ventilator, guess who is going to get it? I don't mean to make it sound a certain way, but that's how it is. I think it was Damien Crawford that said that. But he was being real. If you and a top politician end up at a facility and them have one ventilator left there, he's going to get the ventilator. Y'all go dead. But hear what? We didn't have to have a shortage of ventilators. Those young, brilliant minds came out and showed us. They actually created, manufactured, did a whole complete model of a ventilator and showed us that it worked. And they had the nerve to feature them, front page, everything, news headline, everything, and then they just disappeared. And all along I was saying to myself, we could, Ross, open up free zone. We could be manufacturing ventilators for the rest of the world, not only for ourselves. You know, creating the things that we need through our own people's intelligence. It's not that we don't have the brains. Jamaica has some of the brightest people in the world, and I keep telling you all this. But we stand as a recruitment center. That's what we are. We stand as a recruitment center. That's what we've become. Why do you think all the nurses are going away? All the doctors are going away. They're taking all the teachers are going away. Them one, the policeman, them now going away. The soldiers, them going away. What's going to be left? What's going to be left? I was hoping somebody would have said, yes, jump on this. Let's go. Let's get it in action. Nope. Did you see how China mobilized? They built a whole, I forgot how many stories this thing was. A whole hospital equipped with everything that was needed to house all the people that they had thought had COVID and treat them there. And then guess what? When it's all done, they're going to tear all that down. But just to show you that we could have done more on helping ourselves, and not just on the COVID thing with the ventilator. It's with so many other things. So you are absolutely right. But we are a recruitment center. We are a recruitment center. SouFLo is never gonna happen. There is a real eco situation also with Flatbridge. What? What does eco situation with Flatbridge have to do, fam? I'm sure you've probably been to many places in the world before and seen complicated bridges that you've had to go over. Them have one where I go from the stretch for Key West in Florida. Look at all these complicated bridges that are built right in front of us, and you're gonna sit there and say never gonna happen, can't happen. Eco what? So we just have to accept that this is how you cross it, and nobody cannot cross it, and only those who know it can cross it, and that's that's how nobody cannot cross it. Only those who know it can cross it. That's what we have to accept? No, man. We are our biggest enemy. I'm telling you, the doubters. Y'all got to stop that, because you guys are contributing more to the negative than you think you are. As soon as the idea come up, shoot it down. Just like when we're talking about crime and violence in Jamaica, and we come up with these brilliant ideas as a think tank, as a group, when we're willing to take, nobody cannot cross it. Them can build bridge. We said, listen, cameras, right now cameras can be so small. I could be wearing one on my face somewhere and you won't know because it's hidden in my beard. I could be wearing one somewhere on this hat and you won't know, but I'm filming the whole room. We need to put more cameras about the place and not no big. First thing everybody I talk about, nah, that not gonna work. Not Mr. Why? Why isn't it gonna work? Given the extent of the development of technology, cameras ain't big no more like this. It not gonna work, man. It just not gonna work. Trust me, because man, I gonna shoot it down. And I'm like, okay, so put it in something that's bulletproof then, and you can actually get to see who's shooting at it. And then if you have a shot, what's it called, a shot stopper, a shot popper, or forget the right name for that something there. It's something that's used, started out being used in New York. Now it's used everywhere. Where if gunshots go off in a certain neighborhood, the precinct has the board where that will go off on the screen, and they'll know, they'll be like, yep, that's union between Bedford and Franklin right there, send a unit. This is where the shots are coming from. They don't have to drive around anymore and be like, you hear that, squaddy? Yeah, gunshots are busting up. I don't know where to come from, but you not go over there. They're not paying me enough for this. You could at least zero in on the area. This is where it's happening at. Not true? Why are we failing to use technology to advance ourselves? Are we scared of technology? It's a technological world we're living in, and it's only going to get more technologically advanced as time goes by. Some stuff that are going to be invented in the times to come is probably going to scare some of us. But our children will be used to it. But that's just how the world is going. Just like how my granny right now, you give her one of them phone here, and she turn on the phone, is bare confusion. Because grandma, you have to go like this and do like this to unlock the screen. Yeah, put your little thing in there. Well, grandma have arthritis, baby. So my hand go like this. So one time she try to lock the screen. Okay, so you have to put in numbers then, grandma. She can't remember the number because she old and her head come and go. Yeah. And then one time she opened the screen and she see all this on her phone. She just fling with her hearted phone because what is? She comes from a time when phone ring, you pick up phone, hello, somebody say hello, and you have a conversation and you hang up the phone. She then come from all this 100 apps as soon as you open your phone. So technology is our friend. We need to embrace it. But me refuse to believe that Flatbridge is a good example. It is because the people accept that. About mermaids and about ecosystem and about whatever else they can come up with. Yo, my mom no stop that. Now, hold on there. Sash says, what you're suggesting is costly. Street lights were installed in certain places and the people definitely thief it. I'll tell you what's costly. What's costly is that murder rate and not finding who's doing the murders. And then you have people walking around, yo, a real killer, that's not dog. On the streets, people know. Yo, the man, they have like a 5, 6, 7 body. And you allow these killers to live freely among the people and continue to kill, and them kill for politician, and them kill for themselves, and them kill for them drugs friend, and them kill. That's costly. That's what's really costly. It ain't costly to put up surveillance equipment. Not as you think. And they have the money to do it. I don't know why people keep saying Jamaica is this poor country. And as soon as you come up with any kind of suggestion for a solution, the first thing people tell you is, we can't afford it because it's costly. That's a lie. That's a lie. The money is there. The money is there. Never see anybody stealing a bridge. Stills. Nicole, not true? Not true? That's how they shoot down every idea. Trust me. We are a bigger part of the problem than we think. We are a bigger part of the problem just by being the doubters, just by being the ones who jump up to shoot down the idea instead of just supporting it, letting it go through, seeing if it'll work. Jamaica is wealthy. Misappropriated funds, yes, but it's a wealthy, wealthy place. Nothing ever changed. Listen, man, D-Mac, may I tell you, I'm telling you, I don't understand this whole thing. Your birth certificate is one of those kind of security instruments used by the US government to obtain loans from its creditors and the Federal Reserve System, under which it is bankrupt. Okay, so then what do we do about that? Because I've been hearing that for the longest. But everybody says that because that information is printed somewhere and it's starting to catch on, right? Everybody now wants to be a Moor or Moorish and denounce birth certificate and do that. But what does that entail? What does that bring? What is that going to fix? That's the part I want to get to. If me dash show my birth certificate and say, yo, I'm not this anymore, I'm not a Jamaican, I'm not a this, I am a this and a that, and go by those rules, what is that going to do for us? That's what I want to know. I don't just want regurgitated information. I'm trying to get to a solution. Tell me the bright, tell me the what's it gonna do, the bright side. I can't see it. Stolen Earth says Moors, North Africans, Confederate with the colonizers. Darlene Walter Riley, thank you for being here. Have a wonderful day. Oh man, we're past the hour. People, we're not even get into the other topics yet. Since I wasn't here yesterday morning, let me get into the other topics. The bigger boss them cause the misuse of funds, my brother, and the small MP get the blame. The small MP dipping in too, brother. It trickles all the way down. His boss just get more, and the boss above him get the bigger piece of the pie. The whole of them are thief, and they're thieving right down the line. It's thieving from thief who's thieving from a bigger thief. That's all that is. It's all thief. So about small MP get blamed. Small MP are dipping and take out. So if I'm there in a position and I see everybody else around me thieving, what good is it me just sitting there? I'm gonna take something for myself too. I might as well. My business phone number, LT, is 1806 587 8953. So try. We have to go try first, right? All right. Listen, this is always a funny moment. There's a woman that got punched in the throat. First of all, let's have a laugh for 2 minutes with Karen as she goes back in again. And then we're going to talk about the woman that got punched in the throat, which is a more serious topic. But I have my say. So let's look for Karen getting out of control. Now I'm telling you, these people, you guys listen. When you out in public, please have your phone handy. Don't bury it in the bottom of your bag. Have your phone handy and get ready to film because it can reach you too. Now watch this. Are you ready? So she goes up, right? She tries to smack this woman in her face. The lady backs up, pulls out her phone and starts recording. And it quickly went from, it quickly went. Once they realized they were being filmed, because you see what's been happening is once they get caught on tape being a certain way, then usually now, if they have a good job or in their position somewhere, the company usually severs ties with them, let them go. Some people have to go do early retirement. So there are consequences behind these actions now as when there wasn't before. And this wave has been growing. So that's why I'm telling you guys, if you're out in public, please keep your phone handy. And you might be having to record like on a snap because life comes at you fast. Watch this in action.
No, it's you. Now you are. Oh my God! Oh my God! Do you see this? Oh my God!
Watch.
I never thought nothing like this would happen to me.
She tried to smack the lady in her face, you know.
And now she. Did you see her? You saw her, right?
It's gonna get worse.
Oh my God! Karen had a breakdown. She tried to hit me. Ask your workers. She tried to hit me. She tried to hit me. Now I want security for you. Oh my God!
I was just having a moment.
You should have thought about that before you did what you did. Oh my God! This don't even feel real. This do not feel real.
Suddenly she's the victim, right? Please don't record me. Yeah, I don't want my job to see this.
I had to get security. She charged. If I wouldn't have done, she would. Oh no, you just wanted security for me, right? I want security for you now. No pride. No. I want you to call security. Thank you. I just came to get my free panty. You know how you get the coupon in the mail? And I got to pick up my Converse boots from Nordstrom. I don't know why this is happening to me.
Look, it gets more funnier. Watch this. Y'all ain't seeing nothing yet.
Yeah,
she must have a lot to lose.
Yes, even approach her. Please.
Don't film me during my mental breakdown, please.
You're scaring me. Like you gotta go postal.
When somebody is having a mental breakdown, they won't say, don't film me during my mental breakdown, please.
No, why don't she walk away from me? No, I was here. No. We're not doing this. Why don't I walk away from her? Why don't she get away from me? She could get away.
No, keep watching. It's going somewhere. Mystic Lion, you see it already. Watch out. I'm gonna just go ahead and collapse right here because I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm gonna lose my job. I'm dead. That's the second part.
You keep lying saying I'm threatening you, so I'm recording to protect myself.
Mm-hmm. Get the phone away! Get her phone. And while she's doing that, she's instructing people to basically jump on her and take her phone, right? She's not sorry. She's just sorry she got caught and she's being recorded.
look at this. Get away from me! Oh, y'all better get this lady! Away from me! You better.
Karen's last-ditch effort.
Security!
Where is security?
Look at this.
Where is security?
Yes, can y'all get
Good question.
Get her away from me!
Look how long security takes to come, huh? In one of these fine, opulent stores.
No, I gotta just go check myself.
So like I said, please make sure that your camera, your phone is handy, because you never know, it goes down. She was trying to get the lady out the store, and she was trying to get security to come take the lady out the store. The lady wasn't doing nothing, right? So the lady took out her phone because she knew it was going to escalate, put the phone on camera, and right when she did that, here comes Karen, launches at her, and she was about to smack her. As she was about to smack the lady in the face, the same lady she was calling security on, you about to beat her down because security is taking too long, and you feel like you are so privileged, they're beneath me. I could beat her ass and run her out the store. If security doesn't do it, you're on camera. Soon as she saw that camera, oh, yeah, that part. Big up to my people them back home still. When you see them thing you're foreign though. When you see them thing you're foreign. This is what we put up with. This is what we put up with. And I'm sure she ain't the only one going through it. All right, so let's move on, because Karen's gonna be Karen, and there's many more Karens out there. Just hope you don't run into one. It could turn ugly really quickly. And let me tell you something about white woman tears. When them tears come down, for some reason, law enforcement officials tend to get very tender-hearted and very sympathetic to the cause, to their cause. So don't make one start cry upon you and call police upon you and start talking about how much she feels endangered and you're doing something. All right. The woman that was punched in the throat. This is the one I really wanted to get to before we end this live this morning. So there was a sister out here behaving unruly, you know, in the people in the store, because that's how hood buggers do. There was a sister out here behaving unruly in the people in the store, and then police officer came, and police officer tried to restrain her. Somewhere in this video, you will see the punch is slowed down. So you're going to see the punch, okay? The punch is slowed down. This is now the debate. He's been put on leave so far. We haven't heard anything else that has happened to him, but here's the punch. Here's the video. I found it, and I want y'all to see it. I'm in the sharing mood this morning. Let's watch it on IG Live. Whoever did this slowed that punch down so much, thank you for doing that. All right, here's the punch. Ready and go. Let's see if we could get that punch going there. Puncher, puncher. She tries to bite him. He backs up. And he lets her have it. And she's trying, oh, then you see it in fast motion. They showed it in slow motion first. She tries to bite him. Give me your arm. And he backs up. She's trying to bite him again. Bam! He hits her. He's a police officer, right? Oh, and you get to see it in. And you get to see it in fast. I shouldn't laugh. I'm going to hell. You get to see it in fast motion, and so, fast motion and slow motion. Somebody slowed it down for us. But that interaction right there with that officer has been the talking debate right now. You know, when time stuff like this happens, Black Lives Matter is on board, and everybody for equal rights and justice and all this is on board. I had to watch that video a couple of times. I'm not going to spend more than 5 minutes on this, and we're going to end the live, all right? And we'll pick up tomorrow morning. What do you see wrong with that? What do you see wrong with that video? 708 watching and only 140 likes. Wow. Queenie Morris is always like that. I don't even ask people to hit the thumbs up or nothing. I don't want to be like Ninja Man. Send out the heart, send out the heart, send out the hearts. Hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up. That's okay. If you don't feel like hitting the thumbs up, that's your business. I appreciate those who do. All right. So, yeah. Hey, Victor, you really can't make this up. But what did you see? Let me play it one more time. Watch what happened. Because I was triggered when I first saw it. But I'm a fair person. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fair person, and I like to see justice. And we have to be real. We have to be real. I'm gonna let you watch it one more time. Pay attention, and then express to me in a few short words what you feel. There we go. That's her going in for the bite. Give me a. He backs up and comes back with it. Mother, try to bite my damn arm. Fast. Bite. Punch. So, man, I wish he had punched her in slow motion in real life because that looked painful going fast. That looked real painful going. He really punched the daylights out of her going fast. You saw an officer abusing a female, Jackie White. Nisha 9 stars. Yeah, Nisha, you know what? Nisha just said it helps the algorithms. That's why people ask for the likes. Yes. For as long as I've been doing YouTube, I realized something about my people. Like, if you ask for something, it's a problem for them to give it. They'll come and they'll take free from you all day, every day, if you're giving free. But if you ask for just a simple, just hit that thumbs up button, you have to explain to them why you want me. Enough for you, so I come watch your video. Well, I have to hit the thumbs up button for you now and get credit from YouTube, come and watch your video. Well, the likes, like she just explained, Nisha 9 stars, it helps the algorithm of the video. The algorithm is what sends the video into placement on YouTube. So when you put a good video out, or we do a good live, and you see the good live don't really do well, but it had like 600 and 500 and something people on it at the time of the live, it's because it had like 500-600 people on there, and it had like 56 likes, 70 likes. So it tells them that this was a long video that people aren't really interested in. So they rank the video lower. That's what it's about, right? But I get so tired of explaining that because they already know. All right, they already know. But that's humans. If you're giving it out, if you're giving out free stuff and they can enjoy it, they'll come and they'll take and they'll enjoy it. But don't ask for anything in return. That's just how my people roll. So I do this because I love it, you know, and I get mines where I can get mines. It's simple. So big up and shout out to the ones who do hit the like button, the thumbs up on the videos. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. And I appreciate you, Nisha 9 stars, for explaining that. So back to what I was saying now. What did you see in that interaction with that police officer and that female? Nicole Walker says, yes, there was a Karen who lost her job and had her dog taken. A lot of them have. Some couple of the men have been arrested. Some of them are still sitting in jail and are awaiting prosecution. A lot of them have lost their jobs. Some have even lost their homes and have had to find a new place to live. So it's working. Nisha says 706 in here. Run up the likes. It helps the channel to bring it more to more people. Show love and support. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bro Shaka says, Dr. G, you're on the officer slave patrol side, right? Why would he say that? Marvelous Marvin says he never had to punch her like that. He could have handled the situation better. I'm going to tell you why in a minute. I'm looking for a specific answer to see if you guys really, because I need to know that you know your rights. All right? You can't be tuning into me every day and you don't know your rights. And I'm telling you how to interact with these people and all these things. And you leave here and go let something like that happen to you. So I'm looking for this one specific answer, but I'm not seeing it. SouFlo, Jamaica is on the stock market. I wonder if people remember that we are broke. Please. But we are not broken because of ignorance. All right, we're going to talk about that for next time. We're on another topic. The stock market is something that I really benefit the average Jamaican, but we'll talk about that in another video. Marie B, I appreciate you. Thank you. Take, and take. Yep, that's how they are. Come on, man. I've done charity drives where I said, hey, I'm trying to get this to this set of people. If everybody just put in $1, that's all I was asking for. And if this many of us on here, we put $1 in, I could accomplish that. And I could present it to them with some kind of pride for myself. Because I could be like, yo, this is me and my audience. SouFLoTV audience, I do this, I do that. The same people was like, hey, my beg money for go buy brains things. My beg money for paying bills and take care and one bag of picnic them. Yo, the money a con artist, you know, over there trying to con his subscribers and all that. I ended up having to put my own money for the most part, because once I speak about it, then I have to do it. So y'all notice I haven't done any more of those. It's because what came with it. And I was very displeased, and I'm not going to let negative people stop me. However, I had to take a break from that. So anyhow, I usually like before watching. Thank you, Sky Blue. I appreciate you. Yes, soon as I join the live, I like. All right, we're not gonna be about that this morning. I appreciate y'all. Bro Shaka, bless up yourself. SouFlo for the daily content. Manners and respect, fam. What I saw in that interaction with that police, Cindy Randall says 2 wrongs don't make a right, and she's absolutely right. Especially a law enforcement official. You know you're already dealing with somebody that's wrong. You're trained to deal with somebody that's wrong. You're trained to deal with somebody that's out of control. Let me tell you what y'all missed. Because when I first saw the video, I left a comment, and my comment said, well, she tried to bite him. He don't know if she has hepatitis, whatever. He doesn't know if she has any kind of other diseases that can be transferred that way. He doesn't know if this is an HIV positive woman. You know, she's going to bite you and then spit blood in your eyes and something, and you don't know. You don't know what she has, and that could have been like an instant reaction. Given how fast it went down, it could have been in the heat of battle. In the heat of battle, you know, your adrenaline's pumping, you're trying to subdue this person, but you have other people around you. You don't know if somebody is going to grab your gun, shoot you in the back of the head while you're trying to wrestle with, because she was frisky. She was frisky like a wet fish. She was going in, you know, and he was all over the place with her. So I was giving her the right. And of course, I'm triggered, and it's a black woman and it's a white police officer. So I'm like, yo, automatically in my mind, something clicked and said, yo, he wrong as hell. Come on, for the black woman, why somebody never fight for you or something? Watch the video again. I had to take that comment down. Put a different comment up. Watch this comment now. Did any of you guys notice that the woman was handcuffed? She was handcuffed. So even if she was wrong, she was under restraint already. Both hands handcuffed behind her back, and he punched her like he punched a man in her neck with both hands handcuffed behind her back. You see that man? He's a big, strong man. I'm sure he has at least a pepper spray, a taser. He might have him gun. He has on a bulletproof vest. You understand? He has on combat boots, can grip the ground well. He's been working out, training to subdue combative people. A little skinny woman, you already had her handcuffed behind. How much more can she do? Why do you think she was trying to bite? Because that's all she could do. She have on some slippers, some chilatas. She can't kick you with her barefoot. She was trying to inflict some damage. Like she over there trying to bite him. All you had to do, man, is grab her in a different way and just carry her to where you're gonna take her to. That punch was unnecessary as hell. It was unnecessary as hell. She was already handcuffed. Now, if you look at the George Floyd situation, it was the same kind of situation. Why didn't you see George Floyd's hand come up and tap the man's leg or try to move it off his neck? Because his hands were already handcuffed behind his back. That's why that guy got all that time in prison and should have gotten more, in my opinion, because it was blatant murder, because there was nothing the damn man could have done. Nothing other than beg you until his breath left him. It's the same thing for that sister right there. Now, I don't condone going out in public and acting like a damn hooligan. And I was thinking about this yesterday. You know, I was like, how the hell did we get here? Like, we use words to describe ourselves now, like savage, demons, and oh, I'm on demon time. Oh, he a demon. Bitches. Oh yeah, me and my bitch is going out tonight. Oh, that's my bitch right there. We use these degrading terms, like, how did we get here? But I don't condone any of that. I don't condone you going out in public and acting like a savage demon bitch. You have to understand how to work with these people. And the minute you give them just one eyelash of probable cause, they're going to gladly take it and run with it. Oh, you trying to bite me? Bitch, I've been wanting to punch one of you. Bang! I've been wanting to punch one of you. Perfect timing. Don't do it. Don't do it. Well, Sunshine Sam, beast mode is kind of different. Beast mode comes from a football player, Marshawn Lynch. So, and I speak to my son that plays football about that. I say, listen, Kosi, you cannot be Kosi at home and then be Kosi on the field. Kosi is Kosi that dad talks to on the couch while we watch a movie, or send you go clean up the kitchen, man. You and your brother messed the kitchen up like that and you just left it like that. You're 13. You should be able to clean up the kitchen. I shouldn't be cleaning up. You can't be that Kosi. You have to go into beast mode when you're on the field, which means you will have to create a space in your mind where you go to become something else, an alter ego, right? And Marshawn Lynch is a perfect example of that. Beast mode is his. Matter of fact, his business is beast mode. Name is beast mode. Have you ever seen him run a ball? That man run the ball so hard, he's like people bouncing off of him because he's going through so hard. And he's on some bow, bow. He's hitting people and then he friggin' dives and he's still running on his hands. How fat? Beast. Leave that on the football field though. Because when you go out in public and try to go beast mode on people, you're either gonna get shot, get killed, go to prison, or somebody is going to do something to you. It's not going to turn out good. So you have to know where to go beast mode at. But when we start, but the demon thing, that comes from the trap music world. Not trap music necessarily as drill music. It comes from drill music, which is from Chicago, right? And the demon thing is like you sliding like a demon. You out here trying to take lives. You see that song that my son wrote? Sliding, police right behind him. That song, try to die tonight. If you listen to that song, you wouldn't understand. That's why I say some people are cut off from the generation after them or have outgrown that. No, you need to stay in touch with them because that's what that sliding means. If you listen to it, he said, I'm sliding behind myself if I need to. If you listen to that, he says, I got to make it home to my mama too. Shit, I got problems too. Listen to that song. But yeah, so she was wrong. But I know these kind of females. They're my family, my sisters. I know them, right? Black women, we grew up around you our whole lives. We know the prissy ones. We know the ones that are highly educated and sophisticated, and we also know the ones that are hooligan-like and will go ballistics on anybody. So seeing her in action, if you watch the whole video, was one of those situations. They're in the people's store acting up, and it got out of control. And police is there to do what? Like I told y'all before, don't let police get in your business, because once police gets in your business, it's no longer your business, it's police business. And police is going to handle it how they're trained to handle it. See? Whatever he was trained, that wasn't a part of it. So he's been pulled from duty. I'm going to follow this story, see where it goes, what comes out of it. But I'm going to leave this video by saying this. Yes, she invited that type of energy to her. Yes, that police work is very stressful and things come at you that fast. However, you are held to a higher standard. You're held to a higher standard. You should have been able to handle that better than to punch a handcuffed woman, full strength, fist rolled in the neck. He was wrong. He was wrong. We're gonna left this one right there, so and these girls wonder why them can't get a good man. Brother, them we fight you off. Them we fight you off. Call you all kind of name, all that. But hey, that's neither here nor there. He was wrong as hell. As a police officer, he could have handled that way better. Way better. They are trained to diffuse all situations. I don't know about all that. They're trained to act civil under stress. I wouldn't say they're trained to diffuse all situations, because if you think about life, there's about 1 million situations, and I'm sure police department don't have enough time to run through every scenario and every situation. So they're not trained to handle every situation. That might have been his first time really getting that close with a combative black female, and all his prejudices and all his preconceived notions and all his stuff that he was taught growing up came flashing right back. You know, they're not clean people. They carry diseases. Trust me, some of them think some things about us. And he's like, oh shit, you almost gave me that. Yeah. She invited that energy to her, though. She invited that energy to her. Did she deserve that punch, though? No. I wanted to say yeah, but no. She I honestly wanted to say yeah, but I don't know what frame of mind she was in. What if she's a person who has mental issues? What if she's a person who has mental issues? There's a way to subdue her without punching her in the neck like that after she's already handcuffed. She's already subdued, handcuffed. You can pretty much do whatever you want to do with her handcuffed. She should not have tried to bite him. Yeah, but I mean, you could tell a shooter not to shoot. He shot already. You know, and if someone is unstable here, probably bipolar or whatever, and they're going through an episode, you as an officer, when you come up on the scene, you don't know that. Unless there's a family member there telling you, don't hurt her, she's off her meds. She's off her meds. Please just help her, get her whatever. That might make them take a different approach to you. But this right here, they were called to diffuse the situation, and they walked into somebody being very combative with them. You know what I mean? So it's a tactic. It's a tactic to bite and pass on diseases. Yes, it is. It is. You can catch stuff from people biting you. That's what I'm saying. And depending on how he was raised, somebody might have told him that, yo, black people carry a certain kind of this or that or whatever. So all those things will come flashing back. Because they put on a uniform don't make them not human anymore. They're still humans. When all the dynamics of how you're raised and all that still applies to them. So that man was furious about she almost biting him. He could have pushed her head another way. He could have twisted her arm because she's already handcuffed. Hell, he could have took out a baton and put the baton in between the handcuffs and twist that. There's so many things he could have done. So many things he could have done. But in the heat of the moment, that's what happens. Sometimes you react. And it's just like if you're standing next to me. I can't promise you that if you punch me or try to punch me that I'm just going to not react. My reflexes are going to react before I realize, and I might go overboard. That's why I'm in a fight with people, because when I go overboard, you're going to hear say, damn, you never have to go that far though, all that. Well, hell, I was trying to neutralize the threat. I felt like my life was in danger. You don't get to tell me how to feel once you try to do anything to me. I have to defend me, right? I might realize after I'm done that, damn, I shouldn't have doing so still enough. All right, but that's how it goes. So not making no excuses for the cop. I understand the whole heap of wrestling going on. Like I said, she was slippery like a wet fish. So he was there trying to do what he had to do. And then the bite came. He handled it in the wrong way. Let's see what the law says, though. Will he be reinstated? They'll come out and make a statement and say, hey, we reviewed the video and we've decided that the officer did no wrong. Or they're probably going to suspend him and say he needs more training, suspend him or take him off duty, send him to some kind of training they're going to come up with. Cultural sensitivity training / how to handle escalated situations with a female from a certain demographic / they have all kinds of stuff they invent after that to save them. So let's see how this one goes. I'm gonna leave this one right here. All right. Manners and respect to each and every one of you that tuned in this morning. That's an hour and 46 minutes. Jesus Christ. I'll catch y'all tomorrow morning. I appreciate you greatly. All right. Blessings upon each and every one of you. Have a good day. Have a wonderful day. Have a beautiful day. Smile, 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 and find something to stop smiling and just start laughing about. Life is short. Live it to the fullest. Peace.